does have something good going for him, or anything's about to happen for Kennedy, he gets injured. Or he'll get caught doing something stupid, or get into some kind of trouble, and he'll lose that storyline, and he'll start back from scratch. I can see why he loses confidence after a while, because once he gets high, he goes back down low. I can see why. But it does not affect you. It should not affect you that much. Another disappointing star of 2007 is Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle! He is a TNA World Heavyweight Champion right now because they pretty much have nobody else to go to. They could have given it to Sting, Booker T, but they decided to give it to Kurt Angle because Kurt Angle is the new face of TNA, I believe. They said it was. He came in October of 2006. So he was going to turn TNA around in 2007. They were going to overtake the WWE in 2007 shortly after Kurt Angle came in. But you know what? They are more far behind WWE now than they were when Kurt Angle came in. Kurt Angle's had a sucky year. Kurt Angle said, I'm going to do jobs for everybody. I will let these guys get further in the business. I will help progress the guys like AJ Styles, Christian Cage, Homicide, or all these young guys that are in TNA. I will help them with my leadership knowledge and my veteranship. Everybody was excited about him. But no. The only person that ever did that was Sting. Sting can't do it all by himself. Kurt Angle had to come in and help. But Kurt Angle has done nothing but boost his own image in TNA, and that makes me sick. TNA has all these great young stars in TNA right now. How are any of these young guys in TNA, if TNA ever lets these guys go, how are they ever going to go make a living in the WWE? Or anywhere else? Because they've been pretty much shook under the dirt. The X Division has been thrown under the rug this past year because Kurt Angle and his storylines and the influence he has backstage. Kurt Angle should not be World Heavyweight Champion right now. Somebody else should be World Champion. Samoa Joe. There's a guy that should be TNA World Heavyweight Champion right now. But no, Kurt Angle was the first ever TNA Champion. Not Samoa Joe. No, not somebody young. Not somebody in the future. No, somebody Kurt Angle is from the past. Somebody that's probably everybody's sick of seeing as a champion. We've seen him as champion in WWE many, many times. We do not want to see him as champion in TNA. I sure as heck don't. Sure, he can contend for the title and everything, but I don't want to see Kurt Angle as a TNA World Champion. I want to see Samoa Joe as champion. Not Kurt Angle, or somebody else. Whew. Excuse me, but this really just drives me up a wall. When people like Kurt Angle come into TNA, say they're going to turn TNA around, but all they do is boost their own image. It drives me nuts. And after I'm done done with my rant here, I'd like to pick... People are probably thinking I'm probably crazy right now out there thinking, you're probably thinking, I'm some psycho teenager. But to tell you the truth, this has been bottled up inside me, and I finally have a webcast show I can finally say it! Writing or typing it on my blog doesn't do it anymore. I gotta say it to you people! I'd like to, this past year, since I wasn't around back in April this year, I'd like to review WrestleMania. Quickly, I'd just like to say WrestleMania this year could have gone, it was stuck right in the middle. If there was one little flaw, it would have gone down as a flop. If there was one big hit, if it was a little bit more of a hit, it would have been big. This year was right in the middle, I believe. It's because of the match placements. They put Undertaker Batista, which is one of the best matches on the card, during the lower half of the card. How do you do that? You don't do that with Undertaker, especially with the kind of promotion they have behind it. The Animal, the Dead Man, Undefeated Streak Championship. You don't do that kind of thing at WrestleMania. John Cena, Shawn Michaels, sure as heck did a very good thing for WrestleMania with a great wrestling match that we can always expect from WrestleMania. WrestleMania the past couple of years has had those great wrestling matches. Shawn Michaels, John Cena really was. Shawn Michaels taught John Cena a lot in that ring that night, I guarantee you he did. Battle of the Billionaires brought a lot of publicity to the WrestleMania this year with Donald Trump being put into the mix against Vince McMahon, a common billionaire himself. And that's where Bobby Lashley, Umaga talking each other. Stone Cold Steve Austin got thrown into it. Did a lot of stuff into it. Did good business for WrestleMania, don't get me wrong. WrestleMania this year was an okay show. But next WrestleMania, WrestleMania 24 from the Citrus Bowl, I think is going to be 10 times better than this past WrestleMania. I mean, how can you not have it be any better? You have Jeff Hardy coming on hot. You have Triple H for WrestleMania this year, which WrestleMania 23 did not have. You'll have Shawn Michaels still in the mix. Undertaker is back. Batista is still here. Randy Orton is a WWE champion doing a very good job. Chris Jericho is back. Did I mention that? Chris Jericho is back. People, get behind this a little bit here. Chris Jericho should be in a big storyline come WrestleMania, I believe. WrestleMania should be great this year with all these stars we have breaking out like CM Punk and Jeff Hardy. Ken Kennedy, maybe he'll turn it around by WrestleMania time and be put in a huge feud. You never know. A lot of things can happen over the next couple of months here. My predictions for next WrestleMania for the two main events. For the WWE title, I will see Jeff Hardy defending the belt. That's right, I said defending it. Jeff Hardy's going to win it at the Royal from Randy Orton, and he'll be defending his belt at WrestleMania 24 against the guy he beat to earn the right to challenge for the title, and that is Triple H. How do you not get that? Triple H helped Jeff Hardy get to where he is pretty much by tag teaming with him, and then losing this feud to him. Triple H is still a face right now because he doesn't want to show that he wants to beat up Jeff Hardy. But now, Triple H is going to be beating up Jeff Hardy. I mean, he'll be wrestling Jeff Hardy. Don't get me wrong. He'll be wrestling Jeff Hardy for the WWE title, and Triple H will win it at WrestleMania. For the World Heavyweight title, it's really thumping in the air right now because Friday Night SmackDown really has no idea what the heck they're doing sometimes. And I'd like to say Edge will be defending the world's title, or challenging for it at least. And the same thing will be going for Batista. I see Batista Edge as the headline for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania next year. That's what I see as the two main events for WrestleMania. Predictions for next year, I see a bunch of new storylines thrown into the mix. I see Shawn Michaels, Taker getting into a Legends feud, if you will. Ric Flair next year, I hate to say it, will be retiring. I know he will be. They're going to be sending him off in a big way here at WrestleMania in a couple months. They'll be sending him off in a huge way, and how can you not? He's a legend that's in a lot for the professional wrestling business. My next breakout star for next year, Kazarian will keep his ascension to the top going. He'll keep climbing all the way up to the top of TNA and to the top of the wrestling world. CM Punk, really going to get better. Jeff Hardy, going to get better. Tell you what, I think Kennedy can break out in 2008. I said it in 2007, beginning of 2007. You listened to Pro Wrestling Radio. You heard at the beginning of 2007, I said Kennedy will be the breakout star. And for a while, I was right. But now, I've been corrected. I'm laying in the line one more time. And I'm laying on the line, and I'm saying that Kennedy will be breakout star of 2008. This is the last time I'll ever say it about Kennedy, because if he does not break out 2008, I will never say it again, because he will never break out as a superstar in the WWE or the professional wrestling world as it is. You can look at the talent pool in WWE right now and pretty much say anybody can break out. Who would have picked that Jeff Hardy broke out in 2007? I sure as heck wouldn't. I couldn't have picked Jeff Hardy to break out in 2008. But, you know, you can look at talent pool in WWE, anybody can break out anytime. It's just how the storylines write it. Well, that does it for the first show of the Scotch Wrestling World Show. I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in. As you can see, I'm sitting in a bedroom here. Production value is a little low right now, but this is the inaugural show, the first ever show of mine. And I guarantee you the shows will get better. Starting next week, we have Liddell versus Vanderlei Silva on UFC pay-per-view. And believe me, my next show, I'll be commenting on a bunch of that in the mixed martial arts world as a whole. I didn't get to any of that this show. Promise you I will next show. And in 2008, I will begin talking about the weeks in review of what happened for the past week in professional wrestling. All the major news stories, everything. I am your host, Scott Huber. Hope you enjoyed this show. Come back for more. If you want to comment me or question anything I had to say tonight, go to my two websites, scotchwrestlingworld.blogspot.com, or my MySpace page, myspace.com/ScotchWrestlingWorld. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.